is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Black Hawks. We are Rock Eagles.
It's time for Dodger Baseball. Live from Dodger Stadium, Prime Ticket presents the Dodgers as they take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Monday evening to you, wherever you may be. Two of the hottest teams in baseball going head-to-head. Dodgers have won 15 of the last 19. Arizona, the front-running club, has won 16 out of 19. It'll be a battle of left-handers. It'll be Ted Lilly on the mound, 1-2 this year against Arizona. However, at home, he is 5-0 against the West. For Arizona, they'll have left-hander Joe Saunders. He's 2 games under 500. He is 1-3 this year against the Dodgers. It's game 1 of the 3-game series. The Arizona Diamondbacks have won 7 of 12, and hope you'll join us somewhere along the way. Right now, we'll have the ball game coming up right after this. It is brought to you by Hyundai. The critics have spoken, but the cars speak for themselves, like the 2012 Sonata and Genesis. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealer or mysocalhyundai.com. By Shakey's, where you can get your PCM on. Text MOJO to 99,000 to win a large PCM. By CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. And by AT&T.
And welcome back. A great look at downtown Los Angeles. And yes, indeed, another perfect night for baseball as the Dodgers start a homestand against the Arizona Diamondbacks with Steve Lyons and Patrick O'Neill. So our Hyundai key to the game, Steve, two teams playing the best baseball in the entire league. And it's pretty much a big surprise. What have you seen from these teams to make this happen?
Yeah, outside of the Detroit Tigers, and who really cares about them right now, you're looking at the two hottest teams in the game, and it'll be fun to watch them go up head-to-head here. And you look at what the Dodgers have done. And 7-3 on that last road trip, could have been 8-2, and 15-4 since the 22nd. And they lost a game in the standings because the Diamondbacks were 16-4 during that period. You know, the only real difference is the fact that the Diamondbacks are trying to win this division, and they're playing great baseball. The Dodgers are trying to reestablish themselves as a good club in this division, and they're playing great baseball too.
I think the Dodgers, something to play for is to finish with a winning record, just one game under 500. That'd be impressive.
Yeah, they got to 500 and then lost it again in yesterday's ball game, but enough games clearly to get way over 500 if they continue to play the way they have.
All right, so when we come back, we will have first pitch. We have Lilly and Saunders on the hill, and then with the call next on Prime Ticket. We'll see you after the game.
To you by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. By your Southern California Ford dealers. Visit us today. Trade up to Ford. And by Corona. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Monday evening to you, wherever you may be. Welcome to Dodger Stadium as we await the start of Game 1 of the three-game series between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Dodgers. The ceremonial first pitch tonight, it is Heroes Night, and there are many of them lined up shoulder to shoulder from left center all the way around to right center, as well as a large crowd of official dignitaries representing the Air Force, the Navy, the Coast Guard, Department of Corrections, Fire Department, Los Angeles Police Department. They are all here, so it is indeed Heroes Night at Dodger Stadium. And as the Heroes file off in a few minutes, the baseball heroes will be ready to play, and we qualify the remark heroes when we talk about them. So the Marines walk by now, and they have almost all left center field as well as the area behind home plate. And we're just a minute or so away before seeing two of the hottest teams in baseball go head-to-head. The Arizona Diamondbacks come here. They had won 15 straight games at home until they lost yesterday to San Diego. And even in losing, they were down 6-0, rallied back, and finally lost 7-6 at home for the first time after having won 15. Kirk Gibson's club has won 16 of 19. They lead the Dodgers by 12 and the Giants by 8.5. One other note, the Diamondbacks' magic number is 8. Meanwhile, here's the lineup. Willie Bloomquist at shortstop, Aaron Hill at second base, Justin Upton in right, Miguel Montero behind the plate, Paul Goldschmidt at first base, Chris Young in center, Ryan Roberts at third, Gerardo Parra, a very tough eighth-place hitter in left field, and the pitcher, Joe Saunders, on the mound. On the mound for the Dodgers, Ted Lilly. Lilly is 9-13. He is 1-2 against Arizona this year, 4-6 lifetime. However, he's on a roll. He's got 5 straight victories at home against National League West teams. He has been plagued by home run balls. He has given up 28, which brings up the point. He's allowed 28, and Arizona has hit 56 home runs against left-hand pitching. So that'll be a thought as the D-backs come up to face Ted Lilly. As far as Arizona is concerned, well, they've just celebrated their championship in 2001 as Justin Upton stands on the steps waiting to make his turn at the plate. He's hitting third in the lineup. And when they talked about the 2001 championship Arizona team, they had Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling leading the way. And during the ceremonies, they were saying, well, it was Johnson and Schilling in 2001. It might very well be Kennedy and Hudson in 2011. And we're going to see Ian Kennedy tomorrow night going after his 20th. And we'll see Daniel Hudson going up against the Dodgers ace, Clayton Kershaw, on Wednesday night. But that's all pregame chatter. Now we get started, and Willie Bloomquist will start it off. Bloomquist has done a very good job. Remember, they lost Stephen Drew. He broke his ankle, and he's on the 60-day list, so he's out. And Bloomquist hitting .271. Lilly delivers, flips it in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. Bloomquist with 4 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Lilly works quickly off the third base side of the rubber, bends a curveball that swung on and missed, and the count 0-2. Bloomquist has a little streak going as he checks in against Ted Lilly. He has hit safely in 9 straight and 3 straight on the road. Now the strike 2 pitch on the way, and it's another curveball in there, strike 3 call. So a couple of rainbow curveballs to take care of Willie Bloomquist. 1 down. We can set the Dodgers with the leather, Sands, Kemp, and Rivera in the outfield, and the infield of Miles and Gordon, Carroll, and Loney. Behind the plate, Rod Barajas handling Ted Lilly. So 1 away in the first inning, and the batter now will be Aaron Hill. You may remember the left-hand hitting infielder Kelly Johnson, home run hitter, played with Atlanta and with Arizona, and he was traded to Toronto. And the D-backs got Aaron Hill. They also got Jack McDonald, and Hill playing second base tonight. 1 out, first inning. We're just starting. Lilly into the windup, and the strike 1 fastball is whipped low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Bloomquist strikes out, and now here's Aaron Hill. Aaron Hill, among other things, has hit safely in 13 of his last 14. The 1-1 pitch high and away, ball 2. He's hitting overall .365 with a home run and 9 runs batted in. He was struggling in the American League after 100 and some odd games. He was hitting only .225. 2-1 pitch coming up. Right hand hitter swings and doesn't get it, and the count 2-2. So So Aaron Hill, pretty much of a new face as far as the National League is concerned, and especially as far as the Dodgers are concerned. So that's where the scouting report comes from. He's from Visalia, still lives up there, went to school at LSU. The 2-2 pitch is swung on. High fly ball to left field, very playable. Jerry Sands right there makes a two-handed catch, and we have two down in the first inning. Well, the Dodgers have Matt Kemp, no doubt about that. And there's also no doubt about the fact that the Arizona Diamondbacks have young Upton. Justin Upton out of Norfolk, Virginia, and he has all the ability that you could possibly expect. Hitting .299, 30 home runs, 86 runs batted in. And should he get on base, he's stolen 21. So Lilly ready and delivers. Curveball in there for a strike, and he's got a dandy so far. Justin Upton just turned 24. Went to Great Bridge High School in Virginia and was a Diamondbacks first round pick 6 years ago. Strike one pitch on the way is swung on and missed. 0-2 the count. So Justin Upton, 6'2", 200-pounder, 80% of his RBIs have come in team wins. So that really has affected the ball club. Strike two pitch on the way as a fastball hit to short. D. Gordon's at the other end of it, and that's that. So a 1-2-3 inning for Ted Lilly. Down go the D-backs. And at the end of half an inning, Arizona nothing, Dodgers coming up. The D-backs in order, striking out the leadoff man, Willie Bloomquist. We'll take a look at the Dodger lineup. D. Gordon leads off at short, followed by James Loney, then Matt Kemp. Juan Rivera playing right field tonight. Aaron Miles at third. Rod Barajas behind the plate. Jerry Sands in left field. Jamie Carroll at second base. And on the mound, Ted Lilly. On the mound for Arizona, left-hander Joe Saunders out of Falls Church, Virginia. Lives over in the Phoenix area and went to school at Virginia Tech. He was a first-round pick by the Angels back in 2001. Had a couple of big years with the Angels, won 17 one year and 16 the next. His first pitch to D. Gordon, high and inside, ball one. Gordon really shut down during the Giants series. His average now at 277. The 1-0 pitch, he looks at a strike, and the count 1-1. A couple of things about Joe Saunders. The fact that he's 30 and 6'3", 210. But more important notes about him. The 1-1 pitch is fouled away, and the count 1-2. First of all, Joe Saunders is very tough with men on base. First, he has 4 pickoffs. He has also induced National League batters to ground into 25 double plays. He's number 1. The 1-2 fastball is just low. 2-2 the count. He also gives up a lot of home runs. So Ted Lilly has given up 28. Joe Saunders has given up 26. Joe works quickly, and his 2-2 pitch is swung on, hit by the mound. Charging Bloomquist throws and gets him. Nice play. A lot of pressure on his shortstop to make the play with Gordon flying down the line.
First baseman number 7, James Loney.
So 1 away, and James Loney coming up. James Loney has been playing very well, as I'm sure you know. In fact, over his last 19 games, he's just been tearing it up. Over his last 19, he's hitting .408. So he has his average now all of a sudden up to .279. So Loney waiting into the windup. Saunders comes with a fastball in for a strike. He has a very good sinking fastball, which is why he has so many double plays turned behind him. 0-1 the count to Loney. Saunders right back. There's a broken bat pop fly caught by Aaron Hill. And the bat just disintegrated. There's a piece at home plate. There's a piece on the grass halfway to first. And the bulk of the bat on the edge of the grass at second base. So that thing really came apart. So Loney, a little pop fly to the second baseman. 2 down, first inning, no score. And Matt Kemp coming up. Matt Kemp, they've been singing his song all year long, and well they should. Matt hitting .317. He'd be behind Reyes, Braun, and Voto, so he'd have to get very hot to win the batting championship. He has 32 home runs, so he's behind, among others, Ugla, Howard, and Pujols, the leader. And Matt takes low and inside, ball 1. In RBIs, he has 107, but he's behind Fielder and Howard. In slugging, he's right up there behind Braun. So it's been quite a year for Matt Kemp. The 1-0 pitch, low and inside, ball 2, 2-0 to count. 2-0 to Matt. 2 down, first inning. Dodgers have won 5 of the 12 meetings against Arizona. The 2-0 pitch taken for a strike, and the count 2-1. Joe Saunders and Matt Kemp. Matt has 2 home runs against him and 7 for 24. Joe into his windup, and the 2-1 pitch to Kemp swung on. High fly ball to deep right field. Back goes up and at the wall. Gone. Matt Kemp takes Saunders the other way. That's the 3rd home run he's hit against Joe. And for Matt Kemp, this wondrous year continues. 33 home runs and 108 runs batted in. Well, we told you to expect a lot of home runs tonight. That is the 27th home run that Saunders has allowed this year. Lilly has allowed 28, and the Dodgers lead 1-0. For Matt Kemp, not that he's waited that long, but his last one was the 4th of September in Atlanta. So Matt gets the Dodgers on the board 1-0, and the batter now is Juan Rivera. Saunders ready and works the inside corner for a strike. Good fastball at 91. 0-1 the count. So Matt doing what he has done all year, leading the team as Rivera fouls another one away. When you talk to Kirk Gibson and you talk about the Arizona Diamondbacks, he points to the second game of a series here at Dodger Stadium on May the 14th. There's been an interesting trend throughout the series between the Dodgers and the D-backs, and we'll get to it in a moment. Here's the strike 2 pitch to Rivera inside. First of all, in each series, the Dodgers win the first game. They're 4-0 in the first game. However, the Dodgers are 1-7 after the first game. And we'll get to a thing about Gibson as the pitch is low, ball 2. It was May the 14th. It was the second game of a series here. And the first game, the Dodgers and Clayton Kershaw beat the Diamondbacks 4-3. That meant that they had lost 5 straight one-run games and 6 straight for the year. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Rivera. Swung on, cracked back, ground ball off the glove of Bloomquist, and Rivera is aboard. Bloomquist played that ball as if D. Gordon was running, not Rivera. He played it sideways so that he would be set for a throw, and by playing it sideways, he just let it get away. Bad play for the shortstop. Could easily have made it if he had gone and met that ground ball head on. So the error charged to Bloomquist, and with 2 out, Rivera has reached. And the batter now is Aaron Miles. Anyway, let's get back to that game. Second game of the series. You may remember, if you were following the Dodgers closely in that game, Stephen Drew faced Chad Billingsley in the second inning, pitched to Miles high, ball 1, and Drew doubled. And then Billingsley whirled and threw back to second to pick him off, and there wasn't anybody there to cover, and the ball went into center field. So now you had Drew at third, and there was a fly ball by Melvin Mora to score him, and that was the only run of the game. The Diamondbacks won that game 1-0, and they seemed to be renewed, refreshed. They got out from under losing all those one-run games, and they took it from there. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Aaron Miles. Out of his stretch goes Saunders, looks over at Rivera, back with a fastball off the plate, and the count 2-1. Aaron hitting .283, and Saunders trying to get him for the last out in the inning. Matt Kemp a home run to right. Juan Rivera reaches on Bloomquist's error, and here's Miles, 2 balls and 1 strike. Saunders set, ready, left-hander deals very high and away. Ball 3. On deck, Rod Barajas, and Barajas has done a good number on Arizona. He has hit .319 in 15 games against the D-backs, including 7 extra base hits. So this is a big pitch. 3-1 the count to Aaron Miles. Saunders ready, looks at first, back with a fastball fouled away upstairs, and the count runs 3-2. For the Dodgers, leading 1-0, they have won 6 straight series as Matt Kemp gets them on the board with a home run. The last time the Dodgers were able to win 7 consecutive series, you have to go back to 2006. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Rivera goes, and it is taken. Strike 3 call. Sinker at the knees. Down goes Miles. 1 run, 1 hit. The home run by Matt Kemp, 1 error, and 1 man left. And at the end of an inning, it's the Dodgers 1 and the D-backs nothing. Matt against left-hander Joe Saunders, and the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead into the second inning. Miguel Montero followed by Goldschmidt and Young, and Lilly working from the third base side of the rubber against the left-hand hitting catcher. Into the windup goes Ted. His first pitch to Montero swung on and fouled back. That took a bite out of Barajas, and the count 0-1. For Miguel Montero, 0 for 4 in the past against Ted Lilly. The boys who have done a number on Ted, among others, you have to say Chris Young has 2 home runs, Willie Bloomquist has 1, and Ryan Roberts has 3. Lilly delivers, and the next pitch off the plate, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. So Miguel Montero trying to lead the D-backs back, down 1-0 only in the second inning, brings up the point about this Arizona ball club and to their favor. The 1-1 pitch is taken low, ball 2. Arizona has 42 comeback victories this year. They tried for 43 yesterday, down 6-0, came back to lose 7-6. 2-1 the count to Miguel Montero. Here comes Lilly. It's swung on and missed, and the count 2-2. So Ted Lilly staked to a 1-0 lead. Ted 5-0, 5 in a row against Western Division teams here at Dodger Stadium, trying to balance his books this year with Arizona. The 2-2 pitch is taken in the dirt. 3-2 the count. Lilly 1-2 against Arizona. 35-year-old left-hander who has been in the groove of late for sure. 4-6 lifetime against the D-backs. 3-2 pitch to McGarra's front arm popped up. It'll be the third baseman Aaron Miles, and he backs off to D. Gordon. So Gordon handles the pop fly off the bat of Miguel Montero, and with one away, Paul Goldschmidt coming up. Goldschmidt has never faced Ted Lilly and vice versa. He's hitting .257. He has 7 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Impressive young player out of Texas State. He's big enough to play football, and did. He's 6'3", 245. Takes a slow breaking ball off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Goldschmidt has 20 RBIs. 17 of them have come in team victories. The 1-0 pitch on the way is high, ball 2, 2-0. The Dodgers actually tried to sign him. They had drafted him in the 49th round, but he opted to go to Texas State and waited a little while before going with Arizona. He has a look at a strike. 2-1 the count to young Paul. He celebrated his 24th birthday on Saturday. Born September the 10th. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way. Lilly comes back, and it's a little ground ball off the end of the bat. Up with it easily is Carroll to take care of him. And we have 2 down in the second inning. That will bring up Chris Young.
Center fielder number 24, Chris Young.
One of the many reasons, and there are a lot of them, why Arizona is doing so well is the fact that both Justin Upton and Chris Young are turning in great performances day after day. Young, for instance, 86% of the runs that he has driven in, and he's driven in 68, have been in victories for Arizona. He's a fellow who hits the ball in the air most of the time. Lilly delivers, and it is swung on and missed, 0-1. Chris Young is out of Houston, Texas. Went to Bel Air High School down there. Was a big rival of James Loney. We've told that story enough time. Chris Young is 6'2" and 185. Lilly leading 1-0 second inning. Ted ready and comes back 0-1. There's that big rainbow curveball in for a strike. He has brought a beauty to the dance. No balls and 2 strikes the count. of all the hitters in the National League, Chris Young hits the least number of ground balls. 0-2 the count. Lilly into the windup. Back he comes in the dirt. Kicks off to the left. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. In looking at Young, since he does hit mostly in the air, even though he plays every day, and even though he is hitting high up in the lineup, he has only grounded into 3 double plays. So 1-2 to Chris. Lilly looks down, gets a sign. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Young beats it foul behind the plate. He has 19 home runs. He had 7 home runs against left-hand pitching about a month ago, though he's probably added to that. He was the second rookie in Major League history to hit 30 home runs and steal 20 bases. The other rookie was Nomar Garcia-Parra. 1-2 high fastball, and the count 2-2. Second inning, Dodgers 1, D-backs nothing. Arizona split 6 at home with the Dodgers, and they've won 4 of the 6 here. Now the 2-2 pitch coming up. Lilly's fastball, little low, ball 3, 3-2 the count. Chris Young coming off a good 3-game series. He's been up and down like so many of them. In the 3-game series against San Diego, he hit .455. He went 5 for 11. So Chris waiting. Lilly to the windup, and his 3-2 pitch is swung on and fouled away. Interesting, the elevator ride that ball players take. Last 3 games he had .455. The previous 22 games, are you ready? He hit .107. The Chris waiting, and the 3-2 pitch. Lilly comes to him with a high breaking ball that stayed up. So a 2-out walk to Young, and that will bring up a fella who really gives Lilly a bad time, and that would be Ryan Roberts. Lilly has struck out 134, and he has walked 42. So here is Ryan Roberts against Lilly, 3 for 9 with 3 home runs. Roberts is having a good year, 18 home runs, 54 runs batted in, and he has stolen 18 bases. Lilly out of a stretch, ready and delivers, and the fastball is fouled back. 0-1 the count. Dodgers lead, in case you joined us a little late, 1-0 on the home run by Matt Kemp into the right field pavilion. For Matt, his 3rd home run against Joe Saunders and his 33rd home run of the year. Young off the bag. He has stolen 20 out of 29. 2 outs, second inning, 1-0 Dodgers. Lilly looks, ready, and deals, and the pitch foul back, and the count 0-2. Lilly, as you know, has struggled a great deal in holding runners on. In his career, he has given up something like 173 stolen bases and only 36 caught. He's had a very tough time this year. I think it's over 30 stolen bases and only a couple caught. Though with 32 stolen bases allowed, he has to really keep an eye on Young, especially with 2 out. Here's the strike 2 pitch, instead a throw to first. One thing Kirk Gibson feels, and he learned that when he was with Mike Scioscia, and that is, if they want to run, run. He wants them to be adventuresome. He wants them to be reckless to a degree. They make a lot of outs on the base paths, but Kirk doesn't mind that. He doesn't want them to settle for station to station. Another throw to first. So Lilly always checking, trying somehow to stop the offense. Diamondbacks have stolen 117 bases. That's 1 more than the Dodgers. So 0-2 the count. Young takes his lead again. And again, Ted Lilly goes over there. So all eyes on Chris Young as Ryan Roberts stands at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Roberts has struck out 87 times this year. And Lilly finally comes to him with a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-2 the count. The Diamondbacks still strike out, but not nearly as much as they used to. They strike out about 18% less than last year when they have a man on base. 1-2 the count. Lilly ready, back with the curveball, and that's fouled off. And it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. You remember when Mark Reynolds, among others, were playing for Arizona, they just struck out, it seemed, all the time. So far this year, they've cut their strikeouts down from last year by about 11%. They're more aggressive, too. They swing at the first pitch more times this year. And this one is swung on and missed. Down goes Roberts. No runs, no hits, a man left. And at the end of an inning and a half, Dodgers won on Matt Kemp's home run. Arizona nothing. Ballpark as we see a full moon with some clouds kind of lacing the middle of it. 1-0 Dodgers in the second. Rod Barajas, Jerry Sands, and then Jamie Carroll in that order. Barajas certainly posing a threat. He has played very well against Arizona. Barajas checking in against Joe Saunders. And Barajas 6 for 13 with a home run. That's a .462 batting average. And Rod takes a strike and the count 0-1. Barajas has done very well, especially after the All-Star break. The veteran catcher got some rest, hit 7 home runs, and he now has 15. The next pitch, low and inside, little slider, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Barajas, as we said, hitting .319 against Arizona. Breaks his bat, hits a sinker up the middle. Aaron Hill is on it and will throw him out. So Barajas grounds out, 1 away, and the batter will be Jerry Sands. You know, it's USC night at Dodger Stadium Thursday at 7:10. Dodgers and Pirates. Fans in attendance receive a Cardinal and Gold LA cap, compliments of USC University Hospital. To show your support for both teams, buy your tickets now at Dodgers.com/promotions. So here's Sands hitting just 187. a little late on a fastball, fouls it back. 0-1 the count. Jerry, right-hand batter with 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Giants did a good job of shutting him down. He played right field up there. He's in left field tonight. Fouls another pitch back, and the count 0-2. So Jerry Sands 1 for 14 on the road trip. Made 4 starts since being recalled from Albuquerque. And he hits a pop fly into shallow right. It will drop for a base hit. A modest thing and thine own, and he will gladly take it. Pop fly single to right. And the batter will be Jamie Carroll. Jamie Carroll, first thing he does as the veteran that he is, checking with Tim Wallach to see if it might be a play. Sands at first, 1 out, and you had Ted Lilly batting 9th, hitting behind Carroll. Jamie hitting .287 overall. Sanders at the belt. Joe ready, goes to first. Sands back on the plate. For Jerry Sands, he has stolen 3 bases. He's been caught twice. So Carroll waiting. Sands short lead. Held on by Goldschmidt. And the pitch in for a strike. And the count 0-1. Dodgers leading 1-0. The Dodgers have been involved in 28 shutouts this year. They've won 16. That's the most shutouts this year involving the Dodgers than any other team in the big leagues. Strike 1 pitch. Carroll fouls it away. Tampa Bay 27. Milwaukee 25. Phillies 25. And the Giants and Rangers 25. Dodgers are 16-12. Tampa Bay is 13-14. The Phillies, as you might well expect, are 20-5. Out of a stretch goes Saunders, looks over at first, and the strike 2 pitch on the way down and away, ball 1. 1-2 the count. The pitching in the series, Chad Billingsley will go tomorrow night, and that should be quite a battle going up against Ian Kennedy, who's trying to win his 20th. Chad is 10-10. The 1-2 pitch to Jamie Carroll. Worded off the end of the bat. Goldschmidt will go to the bag ahead of Carroll, and on the play Sands advances to second. So with 2 out, Ted Lilly coming up. Then the final game with the D-backs Wednesday night, that'll be Daniel Hudson, who has won 15, against Clayton Kershaw, who has won 18. So we have some top winners. For Kershaw, of course, trying to win his 19th, and Kennedy will go after his 20th tomorrow night. And for Clayton, red hot, 5-0, a brilliant ERA. And the Dodgers will give him the ball Wednesday night. Saunders ready, working to Lilly, who takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Ted hitting less than a buck. That translates to the fact he has 4 hits, 2 of them doubles, 3 runs batted in, and he strikes out about less than 20% of the time. The strike 1 pitch in there, curveball, 0-2. Joe Saunders is not a strikeout pitcher at all. He has 98 strikeouts, but he's in 30 games. Joe set at the belt, trying to nail Lilly and end the inning. Back he comes, sinker, outside corner for a strike, and that's that. So he gets the strikeout when he needs it, leaves Jerry Sands at second, and walks off at the end of 2. Dodgers 1, D-backs nothing. Saunders and Arizona 1-0 on the wings of a home run by Matt Kemp. In the third inning, Gerardo Parra, then the pitcher Joe Saunders, and the shortstop Willie Bloomquist. Gerardo Parra has been red hot. He has hit safely in 10 of his last 12. He has hit safely in 9 of his last 10 road games. And Parra is proving to be an extremely difficult number 8 hitter. First of all, he's batting .292, 7 home runs, 37 runs batted in. That doesn't sound like a number 8 hitter, but he's been putting on a show. Parra is from Santa Barbara del Zulia in the Dominican Republic. Left-hand batter waiting. Lilly delivers, drops the first pitch in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Parra in the number 8 slot for quite a while now, hitting better than .320. He takes low and inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Another inside into Parra. In the last 3 innings of the D-back games, he's hitting .311 and slugging .477. The other night, he pulled a game out with a triple against the Padres. Gerardo, 24 years old. The 1-1 pitch up at the chin drives him out of there, and a 2-1 count. Parra first came up to the big leagues to the Diamondbacks in 2009, having been signed by Arizona in 2004. 2-1 the count. Lilly into the windup, back he comes again inside under the hands, ball 3. 3-1 the count. In looking at Lilly's work going against Parra, 3 for 6, hitting .500 against him. And the 3-1 pitch coming up. Ted delivers inside, ball 4. All the pitches inside. The Parra leadoff walk, and that'll bring up Saunders. So a couple of things to check right away. Parra has stolen 11 out of 12. Saunders with the bat has 1 sacrifice. So let's see. If you're Gibby, do you run Parra and then ask Saunders to sacrifice? Well, in a minute, we'll find out. Eric Young over there talking to the base runner Parra. Dodgers have Miles on the grass looking sacrifice. Saunders waiting, not showing bunt, instead takes inside, ball 1. He was not around to bunt. So Gibby going through his signs. Matt Williams coaching at third, Eric Young over at first, and it's Williams, the message relay man. So we'll have to keep an eye on Parra. Lilly out of a stretch and goes over there. So far this year, we mentioned earlier, the league has stolen 32 bases against Ted Lilly. The Dodgers have caught only 2. So 32 out of 34, that's outrageous. 1 ball and no strikes. Parra hands on his knees. Lilly looking at him. Now Saunders bunts foul into the screen. 1-1 the count. Can he bunt? Well, in looking at Saunders' numbers, he's had 53 at-bats plus 2 walks. So that makes 55 plate appearances. And when it's all said and done, only 1 sacrifice. In the Kershaw-Hudson game, you'll see pitchers who can do it. Hudson has sacrificed 11 times. And for Clayton Kershaw, Clayton's very handy with the bat, and he has sacrificed 8 times. Saunders only 1, so that's not a strong spot for him at all. Meanwhile, Parra held on by Loney at first, representing a tying run. 1-0 Dodgers, top of the third. Lilly ready, looking at the plate, comes to the plate. Saunders pulls the bat back, and the pitch inside, I believe, 2-1. The plate umpire, Jeff Nelson, held his right hand up, but I think he was just saying timeout, get rid of the ball. So 2-1. Wheels are turning again. Would they play bunt and run? Would they play straight steal? 2 balls and 1 strike. Lilly out of a stretch, looks at Parr. He's going. The bunt is down. Fair ball. They're going to let it roll foul. Parr would have stolen the base easily. He had a great jump, but Saunders fouled off the bunt. So 2-2 the count. There are so many things that go into a stolen base in the big leagues. I mean, you go to the ballpark and you see a fellow run and say, okay, he stole the base. But there are a lot of things going on, certainly with the pitcher and his move and the base runner watching. Also the count, in the sense most managers would like to figure out to run somebody on a breaking ball rather than a fastball. And then you get into the catcher's personality and the catcher's ego. Here's the 2-2 pitch. The bunt is down. Lilly picks it up. He has to go to first. So the sacrifice works. And they get Parr to second base with Willie Bloomquist coming up. You know, tomorrow at 7:10, Dodgers and the Diamondbacks, and fans will receive a throwback fleece blanket honoring their days in Brooklyn at Ebbets Field. Compliments of Pizza Hut. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. We mentioned catchers' personalities, catchers' egos involved in a stolen base. There have been some catchers who have gotten tremendous press about their ability to throw runners out. And a lot of those catchers have such sizable egos, they will really only call fastballs. They will not be run on with a breaking ball. And the scouts, the managers, the coaches, they know those catchers who are so inclined. And also there are catchers who throw better depending upon the hitter, a right-hand batter or a left-hand batter. Here now is Bloomquist, who struck out. He takes a change, and that's very high. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Some catchers like to have a right-hand hitter up. All the catchers are right-hand throwers, and they feel it's a lot easier as opposed to when there's a left-hand hitter up, and they find a catcher with that kind of a tendency, well, they've done a number on him. 1-0 the count to Willie Bloomquist. Lilly comes back. Curveball hit foul, bouncing over the head of Matt Williams. 1 ball and 1 strike. If you joined us a little late, Dodgers lead the D-backs 1-0. We're in the 3rd inning. Bloomquist struck out in the 1st inning. Willie in his last 10 games hitting .371. Now the 1-1 pitch, instead a bluff throw to second, good enough to send Parra back to the bag. Padres in San Francisco, and the Giants are leading the Padres 2-0 in the 3rd inning. 2-run home run by Carlos Beltran. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way, low and inside. 2-1 the count. So Carlos Beltran, who was so quiet against the Dodgers, 0 for 12, hits a home run in the 1st inning against San Diego. 2-1 to Bloomquist. Magic number for the D-backs is 8. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Lilly very deliberate, looks back at Parra again, double checks, still not ready, and time, too much time, and it was asked for by Bloomquist. Two and 1 to count. Parr out there representing the tying run. Now Lilly ready, delivers, fastball lifted to straightaway center. It's playable. Parr is going to the bag, but he's not going to dare run. Yes, he will. He's going to take off, and he is safe at third. Boy, what a good fake Parra put on, and he skinned his knee. He went back to the bag, and it looked like, I'm going to tag just to draw a throw. But instead, he tagged and took off. They almost got him. He just did avoid Miles' tag and reach the bag, giving up a little skin in the process. Just kept on going. Matt's throw was just a little off the bag, and after Parra avoided the tag, he was able to get back and hold on. Miles actually tagged air between Parra's legs, and then Parra in foul ground was able to lunge back. So Parra steals third, or at least he's going to third on that fly ball to center, and he really stole it. So here's Aaron Hill trying to pick him up. Right hand hitting second baseman, 9 RBIs. Ted Lilly ready, and the pitch in for a strike. With a runner at third, we check Lilly. He has 2 wild pitches. He's also balked twice this year. So Aaron Hill with an opportunity to get the D-backs even. A runner at third and 2 out. Dodgers lead 1-0. The pitch of the right-hand hitter is hit foul off first, down the line and back into the crowd. So Aaron Hill came over in the Kelly Johnson deal, boy from Visalia. Used to go to the Visalia Oaks games in the California League growing up. Here's the strike 2 pitch on the way to Aaron. Curveball fouled off. Still 0-2. Aaron Hill went a long way from Visalia when he went to school at LSU. Hill is 29 years old, 5'11", 200-pounder. He was with the Blue Jays from 05 through last year. Spent this year in the minors before coming back to the Blue Jays. Strike 2 pitch to Aaron, right-hand hitter, and swings, pops it foul off to the right, coming over Barajas, but no play. Back in the crowd. Aaron Hill comes from a very athletic family. Aaron has a brother, Michael, who plays college baseball. His dad was a draft pick of the Oakland A's, and his mom was an excellent sprinter. He always teases his dad, saying, "I got my athletic ability from my mom." He was on Team USA and said there's nothing quite like it. Trying to get Parra home from third with 2 out to tie up the game. Strike 2 pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled away. When Aaron was playing for Team USA, he said, "You know, nobody likes the USA. We played in Italy. Everyone on the other team got applause. Then when he introduced us, no one clapped, not one person." He said, "We were playing the Czech Republic. Their players were just talking. We couldn't understand them. One of our guys just didn't like the sounds of what they were saying, so he began mouthing off back at the players on the Czech Republic." 0-2 the count. The next pitch, line drive, just foul. And boy, that almost got Gerardo Parra coming down off the bag at third, and the count's still 0-2. To punctuate the story about the foreign-speaking players, one of the Czech Republic guys, he knew enough English, and he hollered back, "Shut up." Those were the only 2 English words he knew. An adventure with Team USA. Here's the strike 2 pitch coming up to Aaron Hill, and it is swung on and missed, and down he goes. 3 strikeouts for Ted Lilly. Parra is left at third, and it's still 1-0 Dodgers. lead. He made 21 pitches in the third inning. One thing, he is confusing Arizona hitters. There have already been 8 swings and misses. So he's done a fine job. And with the Dodgers leading 1-0, it'll be D. Gordon, James Loney, and then Matt Kemp against left-hander Joe Saunders, who gets his first pitch in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Gordon rolled out to short, 0 for 1. Next pitch, a one-hopper speared on the right side by Aaron Hill to throw him out. So Gordon hits the ball hard, but a one-hopper to the second baseman.
First baseman, number 7, James Loney.
That'll bring up James Loney, as Gordon didn't hang around. Dodgers 1 run, 2 hits. They had the home run by Kemp, his 33rd in the first inning. They also had a pop fly single to right field by Jerry Sands. Loney popped it up in the first inning to Hill, shattering his bat in the process. James hitting .278, 9 home runs, 51 runs batted in, and takes ball 1. Interesting pattern in the series. We mentioned it at the start. Dodgers have won the first game in all 4 series, but they have lost 7 of the next 8 after winning the first game. So they're 5-7 against Arizona. 1-1 the count. Saunders rocks and ready. The veteran left-hander's on the hands, and it's pulled foul down the right field line. Getting it in, and Loney really got that right hip out of the way, turned on it, but pulled it foul. It was foul about the moment it left the plate. So 1-2 the count. Saunders has given up 27 home runs this year. Lilly has given up 28. And the 1-2 pitch on the outside corner at the knees. Loney stops to have a few words. Nelson shakes his head no. Then Loney turns, says something else as he walks away. So Loney is caught looking on a snake that just got the outside hard, and maybe Montero also pulled it. In other words, you talk about a catcher pulling a pitch. It's just off the corner, and he just pulls it so that it looks like it's a strike. And I think Montero did a great job to kind of fool Jeff Nelson. 2 out, and here's Matt Kemp, and ball 1. Interesting that Matt Kemp's home run went to right field. In fact, what's even more interesting, he's hit as many home runs to right as he has hit to left. The majority of his home runs have been hit to center. So Matt, 2 behind Albert Pujols, has hit 8 home runs to left, 8 home runs to right, 17 home runs to center. Looks at a curveball for a strike, and the count 2-1. Kemp's home run is 33rd, and the 3rd that he has hit against Saunders. 2-1 to Matt. Saunders working away with an off-speed pitch, missed with it, and he's behind 3-1. So you have Matt Kemp's power, and then you have Juan Rivera hitting back of him. 3-1 pitch on the way, swung on, a towering fly ball, but playable. And out there is Gerardo Parra to make the catch. So 3-1, you knew Matt was going to swing, and he just got under it. And down go the Dodgers. And at the end of 3, Dodgers 1, D-backs nothing. Matt Kemp in the first inning. Saunders and Lilly battling it out. Saunders has made 46 pitches, and Lilly has burned up 55. And here's Justin Upton, who grounded to short in the first inning. Upton is 24 years old, and he's been signed by Arizona through 2015. And he hits one high, but it's playable. And Matt Kemp's at the other end of it. One out here in the fourth inning.
Miguel Montero.
That'll bring up Miguel Montero, or Miggy as the players call him. The other Miggy was Miguel Tejada. Left-hand hitter, batting .278, 15 home runs. 77 runs batted in, but he has been struggling against left-hand pitching. But he is a very, very good defensive catcher, and Saunders pitches very well to him. That's a strike. Against right-hand pitching, Montero is hitting .306. However, against left-handers, just .188. 15 home runs, one of the 15 against left-hand pitching. So he's in there tonight, not because he does a number on Lilly, but he does a good job handling Joe Saunders. That hit something, it hit his hand, and Montero hit on the left hand and has been awarded first base. So Montero takes his stride. He's locked at the plate and got nailed immediately. Right there. So Montero lets out a whelp, and you can understand why.
Batting next, first baseman, number 44, Paul Goldschmidt.
Montero is only 28. He was an all-star this year. He's a very valuable member of the Arizona Diamondbacks. He gets a smile, not much consolation from Loney. And here's Goldschmidt. Grounded to second in the second inning. Paul hitting .255. 7 home runs, 20 runs batted in. As we said when he first came up, he could have been a Dodger. 0-1. At Visalia, he had 35 home runs. At Mobile, 30. Big fella, 6'3", 245. One. As big as he is, he certainly shrinks the strike zone. And although he is a power hitter, they say his strength is to the opposite field. He majored in finance at Texas State. And fouled away. Not only did he major in finance, when he got his bonus, the first thing he did was buy an engagement ring for his eventual wife. He was married shortly after he signed on with the D-backs. He was the MVP in the California League last year. 1-2 the count to Paul Goldschmidt. Curveball, but he missed. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 Dodgers, top of the fourth. Keeping Montero on the bag. but he has stolen one base and been caught once. 2-2 to Goldie, as they call him. Curveball hit down to Carroll. The quick feed to Gordon. That will be that. So the double play 4-6-3 made easily as Gordon smoothly glides across the bag, and it's still 1-0 Dodgers. Ticket is brought to you by El Pollo Loco. Now for only $5, get one of 5 tasty combos. They're the combos other combos wish they could be. Catch them before they're gone. By your local Mazda dealer. And by Time Warner Cable. Dodgers lead 1-0 on a first-inning home run by Matt Kemp. It's quite a pitching duel. Ted Lilly and Joe Saunders. Rivera, Miles, and Barajas in that order. Little note about Joe Saunders. We were talking about Goldschmidt getting engaged and using the bonus and then buying the ring and getting married. 4 years ago, Joe and his fiancée, Chanel, got married at the Orange County Courthouse in Santa Ana. The Angels pitching coach, Mike Butcher, was the best man and served as the witness. And they filmed the tiny ceremony with a camera borrowed from the Angels video department. The pitch in for a strike. Saunders and his bride envisioned a dream wedding in Thailand, but his wife Chanel is a Canadian citizen, and they got a warning from an immigration lawyer. She might not be allowed back into the United States unless the couple first got married, which they did in Orange County. So that was in August, and then in November they did what they wanted to do. They had their dream wedding ceremony and honeymoon in Thailand. D-backs send Dan Herron to the Angels to get Joe. 0-2 the count. Check swing foul. Still 0-2 to Juan Rivera, who reached on the error by Willie Bloomquist. 0-2. We mentioned earlier that Miguel Montero doesn't hit very much against left-hand pitching, but he is catching tonight because Saunders is pitching. Ball one. In comparing Miguel Montero and the veteran catcher Henry Blanco, Saunders is 9-7 in 20 starts with Montero. 1-5 with Blanco. That's going to be a soft line drive to Bloomquist. So we have one away here in the 4th inning. And a big difference in earned run average as well, and that's bread and butter. With Blanco, his earned run average is about 5, and with Montero, 3. There's young Henry Blanco, forever young, with those tremendous shoulders. He has as big a set of shoulders as there must be in baseball, and I'll bet you with a lot of football players as well. 1 ball and no strikes to Aaron Miles. Aaron struck out in the first inning, caught looking at a sinker at the knees. That's what he gets this time, so he hits a fly ball to Upton. 2 down. Well, come on, let's get you thinking a little bit. We have a trivia question. Arizona's Randy Johnson, one of 4 pitchers in the last 60 years with 3 wins in 1 World Series. Who are the others? Well, we'll come back with the answer in a little while. 2 down. The last 2, 5, 7 in a row retired by Saunders. Barajas grounded out, rolling it to Aaron Hill. That's that sinking fastball that gets so many double plays, and for a strike. 0-1. "1,000 games behind the plate. That's a lot of work." 1-1 the count to Rod. Off speed, full foul, 1-2. So Rod Barajas with 2 out, bases empty, 4th inning, and the Dodgers leading the D-backs 1-0. Rod, born in Ontario, lives in Delmar, and originally was signed by the Diamondbacks as a free agent in 1996 and played a lot with them. That's in the dirt. He was with the Diamondbacks in 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, and 2003, but he was on the elevator. He was going back and forth to Tucson. Finally escaped the Diamondbacks and had 3 years without leaving the Rangers. Then the Phillies, the Blue Jays, the Mets, and the Dodgers. 1,000 games ago. And that's a strike, and down he goes. So for left-hander Joe Saunders, he's now retired 8 in a row. He has struck out 4, but he's still losing 1-0. Only know the art of pitching, locking horns tonight, and there's not much to choose except for the fact Matt Kemp hit a home run in the first inning with 2 out to account for the only run. Although it's not up there, Saunders has allowed 27 home runs this year, and Lilly has allowed 28. So they're very much alike. Saunders shaking his head. He's on a roll now. He's retired the last 8 in a row. And for Ted Lilly, he hit a batter but then got a double play. So we go to the 5th. Lilly has made 64 pitches, not much at all. Saunders has made 58. Chris Young, Ryan Roberts, Gerard O'Para. Dodgers 1 run, 2 hits. Arizona no runs and no hits. They haven't really come close to getting a base hit yet. So here's Young. And a strike. Young has 2 home runs in the past against Lilly. Came into the game hitting over 300 against him. Young continues the Arizona flavor. He's a strikeout hitter, if that's not an oxymoron. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris has struck out 124 times. Justin Upton has struck out 113. Ball 2. Upton is a far better hitter than Chris Young. Upton's right around 300. Young is hitting 227. 2-1. And that's popped in the air foul. Barajas hustling over. No play. Gonna run in the stands. 2-2 to count. One of the things that really put a stamp on Chris Young in his first 472 games, he struck out 451 times. So right away he got the reputation. This time a high fly ball down the line, going foul, out of play. For Chris, he has struck out as many as 165 times. That was 3 years ago. Averaging 146 a year. He had a high of home runs. 4 years ago, he hit 32. Well, he is 19 right now. Did he? Yes, he did. So Marty Foster rings him up. Chris just looks and walks away. 1 down. Check swing. I don't know how, to be honest, the umpires ever decide. I once asked a major league umpire about how can you call a check swing. Oh, he said intent. And I looked at him. Intent? You mean you can read? Oh, never mind. Here's Ryan Roberts. Jocko Conlon, who's in the Hall of Fame, an umpire, feisty little Irishman, and was always battling umpires when he played the outfield in the major leagues. But Jocko never called a half swing. Never. That's a little foul. Loney can't get under it. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we asked Jocko, that was his name, Jocko, how is it you never call a half swing? And his simple explanation was because there's no such thing as a half a strike. Now that comes from a former player, but that's the way he felt. You checked, you've checked. 1-1. Curveball. Oh, does he drop that thing in there beautifully tonight? It's coming up there at 71 miles an hour. It's a big rainbow curve. Just perfect. Two and two. When Lilly is on his game, and he has been here especially, won 5 in a row against the West, he is truly a pitcher. I mean, he can't go out there and knock the bat out of your hands. Another curve, but that one stayed up. Three and two to Roberts. One out, fifth inning. 1-0 Dodgers. Dodgers have 2 hits. D-backs have nada. Fouled a fastball back. Fastball was 89 in a good spot. He has to have a good spot if he's trying to throw Roberts a fastball, because Roberts has 3 home runs against him in the past. Ryan with 18 home runs, 54 runs batted in. Foul back. Ryan Roberts is out of Fort Worth, Texas. He has 8 of his 18 home runs have been hit when the Diamondbacks are behind. And you get him in the last 3 innings, and his on-base percentage is about .420. He's a tough out. 3 and 2. Fastball. Ryan Roberts from Fort Worth went to school at the University of Texas, Arlington. One of the many tattoos. Only the strong survive. Pulled foul. Second deck down the line. Ryan 5'11", 190. His birthday coming up a week from today. He'll be 31. And he was originally signed by the Blue Jays 8 years ago. 3 and 2. So with 1 out here in the 5th inning, it's still 1-0 Dodgers on the first inning home run by Matt Kemp. This at bat, 10 pitches, and we've had 6 foul balls. 3 and 2. Make it 11 pitches and 7 foul balls. Ian Kennedy and Chad Billingsley tomorrow night. Clayton Kershaw and Daniel Hudson Wednesday night. 3 and 2. And that's going to go down the line. Fair ball. Over to get it is Sands. Roberts will make a turn and hold. So on the 12th pitch, Ryan Howard gets a base hit, which is hit number 1 for Arizona. And the batter, Gerardo Parra. Parra's the boy who walked in the 3rd inning. Would have stolen second, but Saunders had bunted foul. Eventually was sacrificed to second on a fly ball to center. He gave a good decoy on Matt Kemp as if he was just going to draw a throw, but he kept on going. And he was just able to get to third, but they left him. Ryan Roberts over there with 1 away is a threat to steal. He's stolen 18 out of 26. And another throw. For the D-backs, the shortstop Bloomquist has stolen 17. Aaron Hill has stolen 16. Then Parra 11, Roberts 18, Upton 21, and Young 20. So they're the Rabbits. Check swing, the looking. No swing, says Tim Tashida, the crew chief. One ball and no strikes. Oh, by the way, reading an article today, had nothing to do with Parra, but it suddenly made me think of it. Gerardo Parra is from the Dominican Republic. Little ground ball. Arrow will get one. Not in time. So the fourth play, 4-6. And a moment, Joe Saunders coming up. Anyway, reading an article about the Dominican Republic. There's going to be a big presidential election down there. And they mentioned the mayor of San Cristobal, how he was throwing his weight behind this presidential candidate. You know who the mayor of San Cristobal is? Raul Mondesi. Yeah, he's the mayor. Boy, he would be a least likely candidate for me, but he's the mayor. 0-1. Saunders way out in front. Dodgers 1 run, 2 hits. Diamondbacks no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. D-backs have gotten 1 man as far as third. That was Parra. Well, you'd think the one time you take the wheels away from Parra is when you have the pitcher up there with 2 out. Saunders, however, came into the game hitting .226. He has a dozen hits, 4 runs batted in. But with 2 out, it would be a bad choice if Parra is caught stealing, and then you start the next inning off with the pitcher. 1-2. Saunders looking down to Matt Williams. D-backs have won 16 out of 19. Dodgers have won 15 out of 19. Just in case, let Parra know he's thinking of him. Check swing. It's going to be strike 3. The tag at the plate, and that's that. So no runs. The only hit for Arizona. And at the end of 4 1/2, 1-0 Dodgers. An online experience for fans. You can log on to take part in the most interactive forum during Dodger games. Stats, trends, live Twitter feed. Fox Sports Game Connect, now available on foxsportswest.com. Quite a battle going on here. It's not only 1-0 Dodgers. The D-backs have just 1 hit, and the Dodgers have just 1 other hit besides Kemp's home run. That was a pop fly single by Jerry Sands. Sands will start off the bottom of the 5th against Joe Saunders. Sands batting .193, 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Down and away, ball 1. 1-0. Starting pitching for Arizona has been very good. So much so that this year the starters have 65 wins through Sunday. Last year they had 65 wins for the entire year. High fly ball to shallow center. Here comes Young. 1 away. Well, remember the trivia. We were talking about, among other things, Randy Johnson, one of 4 pitchers in the last 60 years with 3 wins in 1 World Series. Who are the others? Lou Burdette, Bob Gibson, and Mickey Lolich. Randy Johnson in the 2001 World Series not only went 3-0, his earned run average in that series 1.04. He started and won game 2. He started and won game 6. And then Randy went on to win game 7 in relief. Fouled away. 0-2 the count to Jamie Carroll with Ted Lilly on deck. We have a dandy going here. 1-0 Dodgers. Another big difference with Arizona. Not only the starting pitching has been so much better compared to last year. Last year the starting pitchers lost 13 wins when the bullpen gave up the lead. They've given up only 9 this year. Last year the Arizona bullpen had 24 blown saves. That was the highest in the league. This year only 13, almost the lowest. Poked on the ground to Goldschmidt. He'll feed his man coming over. 2 down. And in a moment Ted Lilly coming up. When you talk about saving games, last year the Arizona bullpen 16th lowest in the league. Their bullpen saved only 59% of the game. This year they're the 2nd highest in the league. They've saved 80%. So it's a lot of numbers, but the point of it is this is a totally different Arizona ball club in a lot of areas. Here's Lilly. He struck out in the 2nd inning. Big bouncer. Goldschmidt for the hop. Once again giving it to Saunders, and that'll do it in the 5th inning. So at the end of 5, 1-0 Dodgers. In Dodger history, we roll the clock back to the year 2000. The Dodgers playing Arizona, and pitching for Arizona was Curt Schilling. Coming out of the Dodger dugout as a pinch hitter was the left-hand hitting Dave Hansen. And Hansen, with a pinch hit home run against Schilling, set a record of 7. It had been established by Johnny Fredericks back in 1930s. Later on, it was tied by Craig Wilson of Pittsburgh. One other note, Dave Hansen is now the so-called interim hitting coach. I think that word interim will disappear next year. Since Hansen became the Dodger hitting coach, the Dodgers are 30-18. Obviously, he's doing a heck of a good job. A salute to Dave Hansen, his 7th pinch hit home run 11 years ago. And with that, let's go back to this one. They're having some trouble with the mound. It's the slope in front of the rubber, the landing area by the pitchers. Not quite sure why that's a problem tonight with only 2 pitchers. You can certainly expect problems in the landing area when you have a whole bunch of pitchers. Let's say yesterday there were 11 pitchers in the game at AT&T Park. Tonight you have Joe Saunders and you have Ted Lilly. Now Saunders is 6'3" and checks in at 210. Lilly is not quite that big, so you would expect his stride was a little less. Lilly is about 6'1", so certainly those 2 inches shouldn't make much of a difference, but they do have problems on mounds all around the league. This is a minor one, and we hope it's been fixed. It's been scarred by lighter sand. Meanwhile, Willie Bloomquist, Aaron Hill, and Justin Upton, 1-0 Dodgers. Lilly has allowed 1 hit in 5 innings. Little pop fly back to first down the line. Going to be trouble if it's fair, and it is fair. And holding at first base is Bloomquist with a pop fly single that landed amongst 3 Dodgers.
Next, second baseman,
with Rivera, Carroll, and Loney trying to get under it. So hit number 2 for Arizona. Now Bloomquist runs well. He has stolen 17. Aaron Hill has flied to left and struck out. So in this kind of a combination, you want to check Hill's strikeouts. He's had about 80 some odd plate appearances, and he has struck out 10 times. So they could put a play on here. On the outside corner, a strike. Hill checking again with Matt Williams. Bloomquist looking across the diamond at Matt. 1-0 Dodgers, 6th inning. One and one. Hill has flied to left and struck out, hitting .354. Of course, that's inflated since coming over. He's only had 75 at bats. He has a little sock. He had a half a dozen home runs in the American League. Down in the Dodger bullpen, Matt Guerrier and Hung-Chi Kuo begin to loosen up. Lilly has only made 91 pitches, so he's certainly not working hard yet. What's happening is Lilly has not been able to get a lot of swings and misses. That's in there, 1-2. He's made 92 pitches, but over the 5 innings, Arizona has fouled off 25 pitches, which can be maddening, I'm sure. 1-2 the count to Aaron Hill. Sinker low. Ted, as we mentioned, has won 5 straight against Western Division teams. His record is 9-13. One run, 2 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits for the D-backs. Bloomquist at first, nobody out. Line drive, fair ball inside the chalk, down the corner, waiting for the ball to come back to him is Sands. He overruns it. That means scoring easily will be Bloomquist on a double by Hill. Jerry Sands in San Francisco waited for a ball to carry him back, and it hugged the base of the wall. That one hugged the wall, and then as he tried to get it, he overran it. We'll see if they're going to call error or not. There's the hug and the sharp carom. The run would have scored, I think, even had he come up with the ball cleanly. So it's a double and a run batted in, and no error. So Hill, a bullet into the left field corner, and the D-backs have come from behind to tie it up. Remember, they have 42 comeback wins this year. Bloomquist pop fly single is cashed in, and now Upton and Montero coming up. Upton grounded to short, fly to center. Likes the first pitch if it's around the plate. That's ball 1. Justin Upton, to show you a young player really coming of age, hitting .297, 30 home runs, 86 runs batted in, and 17 game-winning runs batted in. Ryan Howard has 22, and Justin Upton and Ryan Braun each have 17. And as we mentioned earlier, he is signed through 2015 with Arizona. Ball 2. We have a 1-1 tie, 6th inning. Hill at second, nobody out. And now they've decided to put Upton aboard, and they'll take their chances with Miguel Montero. And the first thought, you have a veteran catcher who does not hit left-handers, and you figure, well, what about the double play? Well, he has grounded into 13 double plays, more than anybody else on the Arizona staff. So that's what the Dodgers are hoping for. Meanwhile, even though Montero is hitting cleanup, he might very well be asked to bunt. He does have one sacrifice, and hitting behind him is Paul Goldschmidt. So if Kirk Gibson is trying to avoid the double play, we'll see if he has Montero bunting or not. Miguel popped to short and was hit by a pitch. Alan Trammell, the bench coach for Kirk. Dodgers are not looking bunt. Miles well back off the grass. Full swing, little foul behind the plate. Well, that's a little bit of a surprise considering the fact Montero just can't hit left-handers. But ever the aggressor, and Kirk Gibson has him swinging away. So 1 down and 2 on, and now Paul Goldschmidt coming up. Goldschmidt has grounded out and grounded into a double play. 1 out in the 6th, 1-1 tie. D-backs 1 run, 3 hits. Dodgers 1 run, 2 hits. And ball 1. After Goldschmidt, Chris Young. Aaron Hill at second. Justin Upton at first with 1 away. Remember, we talked earlier about Paul Goldschmidt, and they say his power is more to right field than to left. He has gone the other way twice, grounding to second and grounding into a double play started by second baseman Jamie Carroll. And there goes the runner to third, Aaron Hill, stealing it unmolested. So for Ted Lilly, he gets his pocket pick there. Only the second stolen base, but he had it stolen. Lilly has just never been able to hold runners on. He has got good stuff. He's as intelligent as can be. And now Mattingly has gone out to the mound. Let's see. And I think he's decided that's it. That runner reaching third, we will bring the hook, take Lilly out. Matt Guerrier is down in the bullpen to face Goldschmidt. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Lilly, who had a no-hitter through 4, a 1-hitter through 5, goes out where he can't win, could lose, or have nothing to do with it, and we'll be back. Pitches. It started with the leadoff man, Willie Bloomquist, with a big curveball. Then he nailed Roberts with a pitch away. Came back with Hill to get him. Then got Chris Young, and for good measure, Joe Saunders on a pitch in the dirt. So Lilly, however, one of the two devils pop up to bite him, either a home run ball or the stolen base. And tonight, the steal of third sent him out of there after making 101 pitches, and he pitched exceptionally well. So here's Goldschmidt wearing number 44 to face Matt Guerrier. And he promptly gets a base hit to left. That scores Hill, and it makes it 2-1 in favor of the D-backs. And looking at Goldschmidt over there wearing number 44, and that run is charged to Lilly. When Henry Aaron was hitting his home runs, he wore number 44. 3 of the 4 years where Henry Aaron led the league in home runs, he hit 44. And when he broke Babe Ruth's record, hitting home run number 715, he hit it against Al Downing. And what was Al Downing's number? 44. So every time I see those double fours, I always think of Henry. Meanwhile, it's D-backs 2, Dodgers 1. The steal of third hooked Lilly, and Guerrier gives up the base hit and the go-ahead run. And ball 1. Matt Guerrier 4-3, facing Young, who has walked and struck out. 2 on, 1 out, 2-1 Arizona. And ball 2. It's rare to see it. Remember, Goldschmidt, the right-hand batter, was up there and was going to hit, or at least stay up there against Lilly. But the stolen base by Aaron Hill put the runner at third, and they brought in Guerrier, and the right-hander promptly gave up the base hit. Under the heading of the best laid plans of mice and men. 2-0. Ball 3. Young hitting only .227, but 19 home runs. Diamondbacks are hitting .611 on 3-0 pitches. So Gibby is really giving them the green light, and it's 3-0 to Young. So hold on to your hats. Hey, he took it on the outside corner, not a good pitch to drive. 3-1. Yeah, the D-backs are 11 for 18 on a 3-0 count. Now 3-1. 2 on. You have Upton at second, Goldschmidt at first, and Upton runs well. That's fouled away. That staggered the plate umpire Jeff Nelson. Boy, you could hear that up here. It hit his chest protector and then came up and hit his right ear. But it was a thump. Wow. Jeff Nelson's been umpiring in the big leagues for 14 years. A graduate of Bethel University. He's from Cottage Grove, Minnesota. He worked the game in which Ricky Henderson collected his 3,000th hit. Boy, he really took a tough hit. They are so tough. Umpires absolutely hate to come out of a game. But boy, that was like being hit by a hammer. Now somehow he tries to smile. That inside chest protector is okay, but you still take a beating, the concussion. The American League, for many years, they had that big outside inflated chest protector. It was like carrying a mattress around on your chest, but you didn't feel the impact or the concussion. So he's okay, but boy, he took a nasty lick there. Bill Welke chatting with him, making sure he's okay. And if they can, every umpire worth his salt will stay in there. So the count's 3-2. You have first and second and 1 out. You certainly would not expect the runners to go, not with Chris Young. Young has struck out 125 times. But the way the Diamondbacks have been playing wide open, never know. We saw Hill steal third. We saw Parra take a jump on a fly ball to Kemp. Runners are not going, and that's ball 4. So Guerrier is having his problems, and Ryan Roberts coming up. Down in the Dodger bullpen, Scott Elbert begins to warm up. So a steal at third is what knocked Lilly out of the game. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2-1 Arizona. Roberts has struck out and singled to left. And ball 1. Matt Guerrier out of Cleveland and Shaker Heights, Ohio, against Ryan Roberts. 1-1. Guerrier's numbers would tell you his strikeouts to walk a little better than 2-1. The league has hit about 225 against Matt. And for Ryan Roberts, still looking for his first career grand slam. That's going to go foul down the line, out of play, 1-2. So you have Upton at third, Goldschmidt at second, Young at first. 1 out, 2 in, and the D-backs lead 2-1. And Lilly, who pitched exceptionally well for 5 innings, and the old stolen base haunted him again. One and two. 2-2. In the inning, Bloomquist dropped a pop fly single amongst 3 Dodgers in right field. Then Hill doubled him home and stole third. Upton walked. Montero fouled out, and Goldschmidt singled home Hill. Now the 2-2 pitch with the bases loaded, and that's going to be banged into left field. 1 run will score. Stopping at third base is Goldschmidt because he started to go back on that line drive. So Roberts a single to left. Goldschmidt goes to third as Upton brings in the 3rd run of the inning. And Guerrier not the answer. What's worse than being knocked out of the game, of course, if you're Ted Lilly, all 3 runs are charged to you. And now Mattingly going out. You have Parr, the left-hand batter, coming up. You have Hung-Chi Kuo coming in. In fact, check Kuo. It's going to be Scott Elbert, and we'll be back. Matt Guerrier didn't quite have it, made just 12 pitches, so they now bring in Scott Elbert to go after Gerardo Parra with 1 out. Parra has walked, got as far as third, hit into a force play. Scott Elbert coming in, 0-1, good ERA, 2.7. 11 walks, 29 strikeouts. So with the bases still loaded, he's facing Parra. Dodgers in double play depth. Good breaking ball for a strike. Scott Elbert out of Joplin, Missouri, and Seneca, Missouri. He was a first-round pick by the Dodgers 7 years ago, and he would certainly be considered a late bloomer. Well, he's pitched very well. And quickly out in front of Parra, 0-2. Parra has grounded into 7 double plays. So Goldschmidt, Young, and Roberts are all out there with 1 out. No balls and 2 strikes. And that's fouled away. Elbert, 2.5 to 1, strikeouts to walks, putting the heat on Parra, 0-2. Ground ball inside third and down the line. In comes Goldschmidt. Young to the plate, and he scores. And the runners move up to second and third. And it's a 5-run inning. And Arizona leads 5-1. Gerardo Parra, a double inside third and down the line to pick up 2. So the Dodger bullpen unable to rescue Ted Lilly. So a high 5 for Arizona. 5 runs, 6 hits. Now in the Dodger bullpen, Josh Lindblom gets up. And with second and third, the Dodgers have to play the infield up with Saunders. That's a strike. 0-1. Joe checking with Matt Williams. Roberts down the line from third. After watching Saunders struggle and finally get a bunt down, you wouldn't really feel they'd try a squeeze, but then again, Kirk Gibson's at the wheel. And that's going to be a comeback wild pitch. The shovel to the plate, and they get the out. So the Dodgers get a big break as the ball hits the backstop and comes directly back to Barajas, who feeds Elbert. So Ryan Roberts on a tough play. Not much he could do, and he saw the ball go between the legs of Barajas. But when he comes in there, he's easily out. So it winds up the old 2-1 play to get an out. There's the tag. Elbert giving him the plate, but he had plenty of time to put the tag on. Has to be a wild pitch to account for the presence of the runner at third. And with 2 out, 2-1 the count. So Gerardo Parra at third base after the out at the plate, but it's a 5-run inning for Arizona. 2-1 to Saunders. Right, 2-2. Down and away. So 3-2 the count to Joe Saunders. The leadoff man, Willie Bloomquist, waiting on deck. Bloomquist started it all with a pop fly single. Fouled away. Lilly had allowed a walk, a double, a single, and a stolen base in the 6th inning. But the sky's fallen in once he left. And down goes Saunders. However, 9 men come to the plate. Dodgers get a break on a wild pitch that wasn't a wild pitch. And Arizona still leads 5-1. It's the first inning with 2 out. Matt Kemp coming up, and Matt connects and promptly drives one into the right field pavilion. 8 home runs to right, 8 home runs to left, and the rest to dead center to give him 33. But that's the only noise, a murmur of protest. For a while, Ted Lilly made that 1-run stand up. He was brilliant through 5 innings. And then in the 6th inning, Lilly was not knocked out, he was run out. The stolen base by Aaron Hill, stealing third, changed the inning. Don Mattingly lifted Lilly and did not get relief from Guerrier and or Elbert. So it is 5-1 D-backs. Dodgers trying to dig out. For Scott Elbert down there in the dugout, and he has to be thinking about what happened coming in to pitch to Gerardo Parra. He had Parra no balls and 2 strikes. And you go 0-2 if you're a left-hand pitcher to a left-hand batter, and you figure you've got a pretty good edge. But instead, Parra doubled sharply inside third. So now here's Gordon. D-backs look bunt. He shows bunt, drops it. Saunders will throw in time. Boy, that was a great play by Joe Saunders, because it looked like Gordon was going to beat it out, and Joe threw as hard or harder than he has thrown all night. Wham! Marty Foster calling the out. Close play. The foot and the ball looked like the foot might have gotten there a hair ahead of the ball. So that's after using all this equipment. So Deeb loses a bunt single, and the batter will be James Loney. And first ball swinging, big drive into left center. However, Young will make the catch and then kind of jump over Parra. Two out in the 6th inning. So Parra and Young getting a kick out of the close call. Parra looks like a guy who loves to play. Some of them play rather stony-faced, but he just looks like somebody who's so happy to be out there. He's also happy with that double inside third. Saunders here in the 6th inning has made all of 2 pitches to get 2 out. Right. Gordon bunted the first pitch. Loney a full swing. Kemp homered, flied to left, 1 for 2. 0-1. Curveball that missed. Curve didn't quite hurry up there. It was coming in at 74. One and one the count. Last time up, it was a very tough 1-0 game in favor of the Dodgers. 2 outs in the third. Kemp was there, and the count went to 3-1. Ball 2. And you wondered whether Saunders would bother challenging Kemp with Rivera on deck. He went after him, and Kemp flied to left field. Not this time. He'll hook one into left. So Matt a base hit, and Parra will hurry it back in. Great throw to second. And Kemp had to hurry back. So Gerardo Parra threw an arrow into second base to Aaron Hill. So a 2-out single by Matt Kemp will bring up Rivera, who reached on Bloomquist's error and lined out to Bloomquist. Rivera with 3 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Dodgers down by 4. We'll see whether Kemp going to try and open up on the left-hander. Matt has stolen 38 and has been caught 9 times. Club down by 4, so it's a question of whether he wants to risk it or not. Saunders thinking that way for sure. One and 0. Got that in there. 1-1. Joda Nova Power. That was 87. In looking at Saunders' pitching chart for the year, you could say he's been good. He's had some bad games, and he's had a couple of ugly games. And a drive to left field. Parra going back to the track and makes the catch. So that'll be that. No runs, 1 hit, and a man left. And at the end of 6, 5-1 Arizona. Six pitches in 6 innings and leading 5-1. Joe can take it easy for a while. Dodgers could not stop Arizona in the 6th. Followed by Guerrier, Elbert, and now Lindblom. For the Dodgers, they're following using 6 pitchers yesterday. Remember, Kuroda started, and then they used Quo, Bloomquist, Elbert, Hawksworth, and Troncoso. And Mattingly has to dip right back in the bullpen tonight. Don't forget tomorrow night, Ian Kennedy trying to win his 20th for Arizona. He'll go up against Chad Billingsley, who is 10-10. And then Wednesday night, as Kennedy takes in the ball game, 0-1 the count to Willie Bloomquist. Then Wednesday night, Daniel Hudson trying to win his 16th. Clayton Kershaw will be trying to win his 19th. 0-2. Good fastball at 93. So Josh Lindblom out of Lafayette, Indiana. Still lives there. Went to Purdue University. Basically fastball, curve, slider, a cutter. Started throwing that last year. And a change. Still 0-2. Bloomquist hitting .272. 4 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Another fastball at 93. Lindblom is a big man. He is 6'5", weighs 240, only 24 years old. He was a 2nd round pick 3 years ago, so he's arrived in a hurry. 1-2. Josh has spent his time basically Chattanooga and Albuquerque. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, Bloomquist hanging tough. He struck out, flied to center, and then started all the trouble in the 6th inning. A pop fly that landed amongst Carroll, Loney, and Rivera. And before the dust settled, 9 men came to the plate and 5 came home. This time he lifts it to Carroll. 1 out here in the 7th inning, and the batter will be Aaron Hill. You know, the Coca-Cola Value Pack is available for Wednesday and Sunday Dodger home games. It includes 4 tickets, 4 Dodger dogs, 4 Cokes, and for all applicable games in September, you'll also receive a Don Mattingly bobblehead with every ticket, starting at $20 a seat. For more information, go to Dodgers.com/specials. Aaron Hill flied to left, struck out, and then ran Ted Lilly out of the game. He had doubled in a run, stole third, and in a tough ball game, Mattingly decided that a fly ball could get him home, and he would go to Guerrier. And unfortunately, Guerrier was unable to stop Goldschmidt or Young or Roberts. Then Elbert came in and gave up the double to Parra, and it was a 5-run inning. Fouled away. 1-1 to Aaron Hill. D-backs trying to win 17 out of 20. They had a great home sweet home stretch. They won 15 straight at home. The streak ended yesterday. San Diego held on and beat Arizona 7-6. And with Arizona coming from behind, even though they were only down 1-0, they've still come from behind. If they win, they will have 43 comeback victories. That'll do it for Hill. So Lindblom gets 2 outs, and Justin Upton coming up. Five runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the D-backs, 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for the Dodgers. Justin Upton grounded to short, flied to center, walked, and eventually came around to score a run. Holds up on a strike, 0-1. Upton hitting .297, 30 home runs, 85 runs batted in, another 5-tool player. He's going to have a breakout year. Of course, here you are talking about a breakout year, and he's got 30 home runs and 85 RBIs, but you know what? He hasn't gotten to his potential at all. He is a marvelously equipped young player. "24 years old. 2-1 to Justin. He's 6'2", a well put together 200-pounder. He's had 26 home runs, then 17, and now this year 30. Check swing foul. 2-2. His father was a baseball and football star at Norfolk State. He's now a referee at basketball games, and was a second pick, 2002. And low. Last year in March, Upton signed a 5-year deal, though he signed with the D-backs through 2015. By that time, he will really have it gotten together. Down he goes. Another thing about Upton, one other thing, he was a pretty good shortstop. And Willie Mays could have easily played short in the big league. 5-1 Arizona. Arizona, Dodgers will have Miles, Barajas, and Sands against Joe Saunders. Joe has limited the Dodgers to the home run by Kemp and just 2 other hits, a single by Sands, which was a pop fly that dropped into right field, and a line drive single by Kemp. That's ball 1 to Miles, who has struck out and flied to right. Two and 0 the count to Aaron. Rod Barajas on deck. Game 1 of the 3-game series. Following Wednesday night, they will still have 3 more to play. The Dodgers, on the last 3 days of the baseball season, that would be the 26th, 27th, the 28th. They have a date with Kirk in Arizona. And ball 4 to Aaron Miles. For Saunders, that's his first walk.
Catcher number 28, Rod Barajas.
So Rod Barajas, who has grounded out and struck out, coming up. Joe Saunders, in 29 previous starts, has 1 complete game. Barajas grounded to second, struck out in the 4th. Boy, did he want to hit that thing out of the park. 0-1. Over 100,000 games behind that side. He's pitching him down and away, and Barajas going after it. Now, after 2 pitches in the same spot, we'll see if Joe comes up and in. Down and away again. That, of course, is the guessing game. Saunders is thinking, okay, I've gotten him 0-2 down and away. Do I come up and in and move him off the plate? Well, we'll try down and away again. So now what does he do? 1-2. Meanwhile, Miles held on by Goldschmidt over there at first. Now in and low. Lost by Montero, and down to second goes Miles. So after 3 pitches away, he tried to come down and in, and it'll be a wild pitch. Montero looking, Saunders trying to help him, so Joe goes after it, and then Montero spots it. So on the wild pitch, Miles advances to second. For Saunders, his 3rd wild pitch. Well, he's been down and away 3, down and in once. He has a 2-2 count. Down and in with a breaking ball. 2-2. In and out, up and down, change of speeds, all part of trying to be a big league pitcher. Dodger bullpen has Blake Hawksworth and Mike McDougall throwing after using Guerrier, Elbert, and Lindblom. 2-2. Fouled away, so Rod Barajas hanging tough. Rod in 15 games against Arizona. He's hit .319 against his old club, trying to pick up Miles from second. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Away. That's the first time he's come high and away. Joe's only made 87 pitches. And squirted on an off-speed pitch. They'll get the out. Over to third goes Miles. So that wild pitch took away an opportunity of a double play ball. And we have one away. Jerry Sands trying to pick up Miles as a pop fly single and a fly ball to center. Sands with 18 runs batted in, 2 home runs. Sands was 0 for 2 in the past, but not now. Line drive single to pick up the run, and the D-backs lead 5-2. So Sands goes 2 for 3 with that line drive, picks up a run batted in. So that wild pitch was very, very expensive, and Kirk's going out there. Without the wild pitch, Barajas hits a ground ball that might very well have been a double play. But because of the wild pitch, all it did was move Miles over to third, and he's picked up on the single. Brian Shaw, right-hander, down in the Arizona bullpen. Saunders, the veteran, has certainly not had to make too many pitches. 89. Kirk listening to him, so he's going to stay in there. Jamie Carroll will be the batter. Twice Carroll has grounded the ball the other way to Paul Goldschmidt, the first baseman. So we have 1 out. Sands at first. And the D-backs lead 5-2. A reminder again, Kennedy and Billingsley tomorrow night. Kennedy looking for his 20th. Billingsley for his 11th. And then you have Hudson and Kershaw Wednesday night. Ball 1. Russ Mitchell comes out on deck. He would hit for Lindblom. One and 0. Poke foul down the line. Jamie's gone that way twice, grounding to Goldschmidt. So it took another shot. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Jamie's got another talent besides playing baseball. He's a pretty good sketch artist. You take a picture of somebody and sketch it out, and it's very, very close. Pulls it, backhanded at third. Roberts makes a circus play. Wow. Ryan Roberts taking what might have been a double away from Jamie Carroll. Right over the bag. He has to push the bag in order to get back up. Wonderful play.
Your attention, please.
So now Russ Mitchell coming up after a good play by Roberts appears to stifle the rally. Mitchell, right-hand batter, hitting just 147. Russ is 1 for 4 coming off the bench as a pinch hitter. So we're in the 7th, 5-2 Arizona. Mitchell batting for Lindblom. Ball 1. Lindblom made 17 pitches while he was in there. 1-1. Russ Mitchell out of Rome, Georgia, that is. Dodgers drafted Mitchell 8 years ago. Russ trying to get Sands home from second. 1-1. And a strike, 1-2. Mitchell played third up at AT&T Park. Dodgers are also asking him to practice catching a little bit. He plays second, third, first base, outfield. He'll do anything to make the team. 2-2 the count. Mitchell is well put together at 6'1", about 190. Two and two. And popped up left side. Ryan Roberts in foul ground. So Mitchell fouls out. The Dodgers get a run thanks to a wild pitch that set it up. And it's 5-2 Arizona. '11 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox and TBS. The excitement begins September 30th with the Division Series on TBS. Joe Saunders talking to his skipper, Kirk Gibson. He's made 87 pitches. Made 22 pitches in the first inning. Then he moved along pretty easily at a couple of 9-pitch innings. And finally, 21 pitches in the last inning, but still hasn't reached 100. So Kirk is having a good time with him. And in the 8th inning, with the D-backs leading 5-2, they will have Miguel Montero. He'll be followed by Paul Goldschmidt and then Chris Young. The Dodgers go into the bullpen again. They used 5 relievers yesterday, and this is the 4th reliever tonight. Yesterday, Quill, Bloomquist, Elbert, Hawksworth, and Troncoso. Tonight it's Guerrier, Elbert, Lindblom, and McDougal after Ted Lilly started. So Mike ready to pitch to Montero. The catcher is popped to short, hit by a pitch. Fouled out. 0 for 2. McDougal out of Las Vegas and lives in Marco Island, Florida. Mike went to school at Wake Forest. And ball 1. Montero hitting .278, 15 home runs, 77 runs batted in. 1-0. Fouled away. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the D-backs. They did all the damage in the 6th inning. The Dodgers had Kemp homer in the 1st, and the Dodgers got a run in the 7th. So 5-2 Arizona, trying to win the 8th of 13 against the Dodgers. 1-1. Oh, good fastball at 96. 1-2 the count. Mike, long and lean, 6'3", maybe 190. Boy, he hurried that thing up to the plate. Breaking ball in the dirt. A tag by Barajas to get him. So Montero strikes out. 1 out in the 8th, and the batter will be Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt grounded out, hit into a double play, and single to left. That was the big decision after Hill stole third, and after Montero had fouled out. Don Mattingly decided to lift Lilly and bring in Guerrier. Guerrier facing Goldschmidt, and Paul single to left. That was a big base hit. Two and 0 the count. A shot up the middle. So Goldschmidt, his second base hit. He's 2 for 4. And that'll bring up Chris Young.
Batting next, center fielder Chris Young.
The paid attendance tonight, 30,616. 30616. Chris Young has walked twice and struck out, scored a run. D-backs lead 5-2. We're in the 8th, 1 out. Goldschmidt is 3 for 3 in stolen bases. And that's hit and hits the bag and goes down the line, so the ball is in play. Goldschmidt on his way into third and into second base with a double is Young, and boy, he blistered that thing as he hits third base.
Batting next, third baseman, number
right
14,
there.
Ryan Roberts.
So second and third with 1 out, and Ryan Roberts coming up. For Chris Young, a double. It gives him 34 doubles. Of course, Justin Upton has 38 doubles. Roberts has struck out and singled twice. Most recent base hit gave him an RBI. 18 home runs, 55 ribbies. The infield is up, and that's a strike. 0-1. Roberts made a wonderful play on the ball hit by Jamie Carroll in the 7th inning. And 2 for 3 with the bat. That's a strike. So Roberts in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. At third base, Paul Goldschmidt. At second, Chris Young. 1 out. On deck is that tough number 8 hitter, Gerardo Parra. Still 0-2. Again, Ian Kennedy going for his 20th win tomorrow night against Chad Billingsley, who was 10-10. Then Wednesday night, Daniel Hudson will go up against Clayton Kershaw. Clayton trying to win his 19th. 0-2. 1-2. Mike McDougald opened up the inning by striking out Montero. Good fastball. That was up at 96 to strike out Roberts. So 2 out, and Gerardo Parra with first base open. And let's see about what they're going to do with him. Parra has walked, hit into a force play, and doubled. McDougald has 37 strikeouts, 26 walks, and they are going to pitch to Parra. We'll see, however, if they actually give him a strike. Sean Burrows is out on deck. 0-1 the count to Gerardo Parra. And a shot up the middle. What a number 8 hitter he is, especially if you're going to pitch to him. And he's on his way to second and in there. He is marvelous. And of course, you look at Sean Burrows on deck and you decide to pitch to Parra. Wow. So Gerardo Parra, the toughest number 8 hitter in the league, got a breaking ball down and knew what to do with it. Turns it into a leg double. Parra with 39 runs batted in, 7 home runs, and he now has 40 RBIs with 3 RBIs tonight. So Sean Burrows will come up. Dodgers tested the waters and got burned. Sean Burrows hitting .267. He's doing pretty well. 13 base hits coming off the bench. And ball 1. So Saunders goes out with a 5-run lead, 7-2. There was another note that we had given you earlier about Gerardo Parra, talking about the fact that he's outstanding, hitting 8. In the last 3 innings of his games this year, he's hitting .311 and a slugging percentage of around .480 to .490. Tonight, batting 8th, he has a walk and 2 doubles. What an 8th-place hitter. Ball 2 to Sean Burrows. So McDougald, following the Dodger bullpen, gives up a single, 2 doubles, and 2 more runs. Fouled away. For the Dodgers and their bullpen, it got a workout in San Francisco. And up there, after Kuroda gave up 3, Bloomquist gave up 2, Albert gave up 1, Quo gave up a couple, and the bullpen tonight After Lilly is charged with 2, Guerrier gave up 2, Elbert 1, and now McDougal gives up a couple more. 3-2 the count. Down in the Dodger bullpen, Ramon Troncoso loosening up. McDougal came in with an earned run average of 1.8. On the corner. So Burrows caught looking, but the damage is done when they pitch to Parra with first base open. They pick up 2 and lead the Dodgers 7-2. Now of 7-2, bottom of the 8th inning. D. Gordon will be starting it off as the Dodgers led 1-0 into the 6th inning, only to have it get away. Joe Patterson out of Oakland and Corvallis, Oregon. He went to school at Oregon State. Joe, left-hander, was a 10th round pick by the Giants 4 years ago. And he starts Gordon with a strike. Patterson, 6'1", 210, 25 years old. 0-1. Comes by way of first base. 0-2. A good sidearm fastball. Gordon grounded to short, grounded to second, thrown out on a bang-bang play on his bunt. 1-2 the count. And slapped in the air back at third, slanting over is Bloomquist and makes the catch in foul ground. So Gordon fouls out, 1 away in the 8th, and James Loney coming up. Loney is popped up, struck out, flied to center. Loney batting .277 with 9 home runs, 51 runs batted in. Patterson basically that curveball and a fastball. Kind of a severe cross the body delivery. And with that low arm slot, very tough on left-handers. Big curveball. 1-1. That's the fastball. 1-2 the count. Diamondbacks picked Patterson out of the Giant organization. Rule 5 draft in the winter meetings. That was in December of last year. Fastball missed, 2-2. That Rule 5 draft, if you're not happy with him and he doesn't stay on the roster, then you offer him back to the Giants for half of the purchase price if he clears waivers. 3-2 the count. 1 out, 8th inning, 7-2 D-backs. On deck, Matt Kemp. Slow roundhouse curveball for ball 4. So Patterson gives up the walk. Matt Kemp is 2 for 3. Got the Dodgers off on the right foot with 2 out in the first inning. When he went down, got one around the knees and hit it into the right field pavilion. 33 home runs for Matt. He's had 3 against left-hander Joe Saunders. He will not bat against Joe Patterson. He's gone, and we'll be back. The Dodgers, with 1 out, get a walk from Loney. Patterson will give way now to Brian Shaw, the right-hander, to go head-to-head with Matt Kemp. Brian Shaw is from up north, Livermore, California. That would be the hometown of Randy Johnson. Brian came down here. He was a closer at Long Beach State 3 years ago. He was a second-round pick by Arizona out of Long Beach State just 3 years ago. Understand the Diamondbacks really wanted to look at him as a starter, but he's a closer. Kemp hitting .319. Good fastball, good swing, 0-1. Shaw's fastball, that was 90. They say it's been clocked as high as 96 with good sink. Then a slider, curve, changeup. 0-1. Oh, and 2. Shaw is 6'1", 215. Throws hard. 24 years old. That was 94, that fastball up. Well, everybody knows Matt has a tendency to chase a slider down and away, so let's see. Well, he just stayed fastball at 93, so it took 3 pitches for Brian Shaw to strike out Matt Kemp. Meanwhile, up north, the Giants defeated the Padres 8-3. They got home runs from Carlos Beltran, Cody Ross, and Pablo Sandoval. Eric Surkamp, the winning pitcher. So for the Giants, they scored 8 runs yesterday against the Dodgers for only the second time this year. They scored 8 at home, and they come right back and do it tonight against San Diego. But to no avail should the D-backs hold on to any part of this 7-2 lead. Rivera reached on an error, lined out, single left, 1 for 3. Fastball. Ryan Roberts down to Hill for the force. So the Dodgers go quietly in the 8th. No runs, no hits, man left. Nice job by Brian Shaw. We're heading for the 9th. 7-2 D-backs. Inning, Nathan Eovaldi comes out of the bullpen. Remember, this will be his first career relief appearance. He had started a half a dozen times, one in his debut against Arizona, in Arizona. And they want to cut down on his innings, so he's been taken out of the rotation and put into the bullpen. He is 1-2. He's been in 6 games, 32 innings. He's walked 17 while striking out 23. Eovaldi is out of Alvin, Texas. As hard as he throws, it's hard to believe, but he's like so many others. He had Tommy John surgery in 2007. Alvin, Texas. And of course, that's the hometown of Nolan Ryan. Eovaldi with a fastball has been clocked up to 97, and he has a slider and a splitter. Willie Bloomquist will start it off. Bloomquist struck out, fly to center, single to right, and popped up. 0-1. Eovaldi comes right out and hits 96 on the gun. Well, if that gun is right, they just showed 99. Oh, 2. Ground ball up the middle. Carroll is in front of it, and we have one away. So Bloomquist, 1 out. Aaron Hill coming up. Aaron Hill has flied to left, struck out, doubled, stole third. That chased Ted Lilly and struck out last time. So he's 1 for 4. Interesting, the so-called heart of the Arizona lineup is hitless. Justin Upton is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a walk. scored a run. Miguel Montero is 0 for 3, hit by a pitch and struck out. In there. 1-0 the count to Hill. When the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the ninth, Miles, Barajas, and Sands. 1-2. Boy, Evaldi throwing easy and throwing hard. That slider was 92. "21 years old. Roller to the left of Gordon. So 2 quick outs here in the ninth. And Justin Upton coming up.
Justin Upton.
Evaldi is 6'3", about 190, 195. Upton has grounded to short, flied to center, walked and scored a run, and struck out. Seven to 2 in favor of Arizona. Top of the ninth. Dodgers led 1-0 for 5 innings. And then the D-backs scored 5 in the 6th. 0-1 the count to Upton. So everything Evaldi has thrown has been 91 up to 99. That was 92. Evaldi 17 walks, 23 strikeouts. So he's fighting his control. Throwing that hard at 21, it figures. Fouled away. Now, according to the speed gun, that pitch was 100. I just don't know. Maybe. But that's what they put up there. So this at bat, so far, the gun says 91, 92, and 100. It said 99. That's pretty high. Well, as Tony Gwynn Sr. used to say, it's great theater. 2-2, and again it's at 100. Is it gamesmanship? Do they put that up there to shake up the opposition? Or is it actually on the money? Hit down to Cal. Whatever it was, he got 3 ground balls. Down go the D-backs. And we're heading to the bottom of the ninth. 7-2 Arizona. Command of the ball game in the 6th inning. They sent 9 men to the plate, cashed in 5 of them. And now in the bottom of the 9th inning, the Dodgers taking their second look at Brian Shaw with Aaron Miles, Rod Barajas, and Jerry Sands. Shaw came in and struck out Matt Kemp and got Rivera on a force play. So now Brian trying to close up shop in the 9th. Shaw without a save, but he has finished 7 games, though trying to make it number 8. Aaron Miles struck out, flied to right, walked, and scored a run. Seven runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Diamondbacks. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. That's a strike. Winning pitcher figures to be Joe Saunders. Dodgers have beaten Joe 3 times this year, but he'll pick up the victory tonight to have beaten them twice. Oh, 2 the count. One thing going into the game, you thought, well, Ted Lilly's allowed 28 home runs. Joe Saunders has allowed 26 home runs. We'll see a bunch of those. And in the first inning, Matt Kemp hit a home run. So that meant Joe had given up 27 home runs. But Lilly did not give up any. And the only home run in the game was Matt's first inning blast. Here's Barajas checking in, grounded out, struck out, grounded out again. The D-backs, by winning tonight, will have beaten the Dodgers 8 of 13. Interestingly enough, they will have won 5 of 7 here at Dodger Stadium. In their own ballpark, where they are 18 games above 500, the Dodgers split 6. That's a line drive at Roberts. So Barajas hits one right on the button. Lines to third, goes 0 for 4. And the batter will be Jerry Sands. Jerry Sands, a pop fly single into right field, fly to center, and then a line drive single to left to drive in a run. So 2 for 3 with an RBI. Oh, and 1. Shaw throwing 93. Jerry hitting 197. One and 1. A reminder, tomorrow night, Ian Kennedy, brilliant young pitcher with Arizona, is 19-4. That'll be on KCAL 9. Ian with an ERA of 2.9 will go up against Chad Billingsley, who is 10-10. And then Wednesday night, Daniel Hudson, who is 16-9. He'll be going up against Clayton Kershaw. And, of course, Kershaw will be trying to win his 19th. So some very successful young pitchers will be going head-to-head in the next 2 games. 2-2 the count to Jerry Sands. Three and 2 the count to Jerry with Jamie Carroll on deck. Dodgers used Lilly. A stolen base chased him. Then Guerrier, Elbert, Lindblom, McDougald, and Eovaldi. Saunders backed up by Patterson and Shaw. Poke to the hole. It's going to find its way through. So for Jerry Sands, he comes up with his 3rd hit. So Sands 3 for 4 with a run batted in. 3 of the 5 Dodger hits. And with 2 out, Jamie Carroll grounded to first twice, and then last time up lost a hit on a wonderful play by Ryan Roberts at third base. Jamie hitting .285. Tony Gwynn comes out on deck, hoping that Carroll will save him a lick. They're not going to hold Sands. That's ball 1. Goldschmidt well back of Jerry Sands at first. So if he wants second base, he can take it. And there he goes. That's a strike. Defensive indifference as Jerry goes to second. One thing it does is take the somewhat easier force play away. 1-1. 2-1. KCAL 9 tomorrow night. Dodgers will be at the 500 mark at home, but they will also go 2 games under 500 after reaching the 500 level the other day in San Francisco. Fouled away. For the D-backs, they will be 86 and 62. The Phillies have won 94. They're the big winners in the major leagues. Milwaukee had 86 wins at the start of the day. 2-2. Ball 3. So 2 out. Jerry Sands at second base. The D-backs trying for the last out to shut it down. Crack bat, little ground ball, tough play for Roberts. It is not in time. So Jamie Carroll cracked his bat. It took a little steam off it, and it made it a tougher play for Ryan Roberts, who did everything you could ask of him, but Carroll just able to get the foot on before the ball arrived. But look how close. So Jamie goes 1 for 4, and now Tony Gwynn will be batting for Eovaldi. So first and third, 2 out. Montero and Goldschmidt over to talk to Shaw. Two down in the 9th. Dodgers down by 5. D. Gordon on deck. And now here comes Kirk, so let's see. A cracked bat, little base hit. So Brian Shaw greets him with a grin, so there's not too much pressure out there on the mound. And they're going to the left-hander. So Brian Shaw, who got 2 out, then gave up the single to Sands and the crackback single to Carroll. He'll come out, and we'll be back. Cuba coming out of the Arizona bullpen. Originally a third-round pick by the Giants. He's 36 years old. When he decided to defect from Cuba, he was about 18. He didn't tell anybody, not his parents nor his teammates, during the World Junior Championships in Windsor, Ontario, in Canada. But he was thinking, and he thought, there's no future for me in Cuba. The only way I had one was to come to America. He was the son of a bus driver and a stay-at-home mom, and facing a mandatory 2-year stint in the Cuban military. That would have shut down his baseball career, so he plotted his escape. So he has Sands at third, Carroll at first, 2 out, Gwynn at the plate. And ball 1. Tony Gwynn coming off the bench hitting .259. As a pinch hitter, 8 for 22. He's been successful. And ball 2. Alberto Castillo is 1-0. He's been in 14 games, including tonight. He's fighting it. 7 walks, 6 strikeouts. Two and 0. Kind of an off-speed pitch at 77, and he got it in there. He's 6'3", 200-pounder. First and third, 2 down. Two and 2. So the Dodgers down to their last strike. 7 runs, 9 hits for the D-backs, 2 runs, 6 hits for the Dodgers. Again, a reminder, Channel 9, KCAL 9 tomorrow night. Ian Kennedy trying to win his 20th against Matt Kemp and company. Chad Billingsley 10-10 will try to stand in his way. And hits him, trying to throw one of those round the corner curveballs. So with 2 out, the Dodgers have loaded the bases, and the batter will be D. Gordon. Sands at third, Carroll at second, Gwynn at first. Kirk has used 3 pitchers following Saunders, with Patterson, Shaw, and now Castillo. Dodgers with left-handers in a row. Gwynn batting for Evaldi, Gordon coming up, and Loney on deck. J.J. Putz in the Arizona bullpen. And here comes Kirk. So let's see if the Arizona skipper is going to make yet another move when he has a left-hand pitcher, and he's going to make the move anyway. The Castillo is not around. Putz loosening up in the pen. We will be back. 2 out. Miles and Barajas made out, and then Sands got a ground ball single to right, took second unmolested. Defensive indifference. Then Carroll cracked his bat, hit a little ground ball to third. Roberts made the play you'd asked, but Carroll was able to beat his throw. Then Gwynn came off the bench and was hit by a pitch. So with 2 out in the 9th inning, down by 5, the Dodgers have forced Gibson to pitch Shaw, Castillo, and now Putz. Putz out of Trenton, Michigan, working on D. Gordon. Gordon is 0 for 4, just missed on a bunt attempt in the 6th inning. And ball 1. And looking at Putz's numbers, he's 2-2, good ERA 2.4. He has 38 saves, and strikeout to walks almost, not quite, 5-1. Strike, 1-1. Gordon, who started off the month of September red hot, he had 16 base hits before you knew it, but they chilled him in San Francisco, and he's 0 for 4 here tonight. 1-1. Little ground ball, that ought to do it. Hill to Goldschmidt, and finally it's over. So Gordon grounds out. The Dodgers leave 3 in the 9th, and this one is history as the D-backs, with a tremendous effort by the best 8th place hitter in the National League, Gerardo Parra, who knocked in 4, and Arizona beats the Dodgers 7-2. A reminder, stay tuned for Dodgers Live coming up next. Good night, everybody.